Hi, Quenton Cook here, and I'm going to be showing you how to make chicken casserole. Now, you can use a new chicken, or you can use leftover scraps from your Thanksgiving turkey. But here we have a new chicken. We have some pasta. We have some cream mushroom soups and cream of celery. We have breadcrumbs, extra virgin olive oil, butter, Tabasco to give it its kick, parsley flakes, soy sauce, black pepper grinds, French fried onions, salt, and some vegetables, which is mushrooms, edamame, baby carrots, and broccoli. So enjoy. Now let's get started. First, you're going to want to boil some water so you can cook pasta. And while you're waiting for that to boil, you can come over and cut some pieces of chicken here, like about this size. And you just want to take the chicken and make sure that it fills the whole bottom of the casserole dish. So when your water begins to boil, you can start to pour some pasta into the bowl. So after you pour in the pasta, you're just going to want to add like about a tablespoon of olive oil to make sure that the pasta doesn't stick together. Now after you add that, you're just going to want to mix it around to make sure that none of them get stuck together too much. So when you think your pasta is about done, and depending on whether you like it al dente, very firm, or very soft, you can leave it in a little bit longer. But to test this, you can get some pasta, run it under some cold water, and eat it. And if you think the texture is good, then you should be about done. So once your pasta is done cooking, you're going to want to drain it. So by doing that, you take the pasta and you just pour it out in here, this little filter. Now we're going to make the base of the casserole. So what you're going to want to do is just pour some breadcrumbs in to make sure it covers the whole bottom part of the casserole. And then you're going to want to drizzle some butter over it, about 2 tablespoons. And then you're going to want to flatten it out so it covers the whole base. After you finish making the base, and you finish cooking the pasta, you can now slowly add the pasta on top to make sure that it covers all of the bottom. Alright, that's good. Now we're ready for the next 2 layers. You're going to want to add in the chicken that we previously pulled apart, and on top of that, you're going to add in the vegetables, which is mushrooms, carrots, broccoli, and edamame beans. So when you're adding the chicken, make sure that you don't have any bones, because you don't want to cook bones with the casserole. And then after you've finished putting on the chicken, you just add on the vegetables. Now we're going to mix these ingredients to make our sauce. First, you're going to add in the soups. And then you add in the other soup. And then you're going to add half a cup of water, 2 packets of soy sauce, and 6 shakes of Tabasco. But depending on how spicy you want it, you can add as much as you want. And then you're going to thoroughly mix it together. Now after you've thoroughly mixed it, you're just going to want to spoon it over your casserole to make sure that it gets almost every bit of it. Now we're going to add our seasoning. We're going to be putting a lot of ground pepper on it to make sure it gets even more of a kick. And then you add in some parsley. And then you just want to add in a little bit of salt on top. Not too much though. Finally, we're going to add some Italian breadcrumbs on top. But if you prefer a lighter type of breadcrumb, that's perfectly fine as well. So we're just going to lightly just pour it over the top of our casserole. So now that we're ready to bake it, you're just going to want to put the lid on top of the casserole. Open up your oven. And then you're going to want to hit bake and put it on 400 degrees for 45 minutes. And then you're ready. Now that your 45 minutes have now elapsed, you can now take out the chicken from the oven. And to top it off, you can add some French fried onions. And that, gentlemen, is your kickin' chicken casserole.